Distinguished.
Hey, journalist of the year,
How are you, sir?
personal friend of Yeson Wiki.
Am I not your personal friend?
Yeah, but I have no plan of shooting you through the TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Micon Podcast. I'm Seun Okimbaloye. The truth is, no one is comfortable staying in opposition for too long, and no party in power ever wants to lose its grip. That tension defines a struggle in any political system. But in Nigeria today, it's becoming something more. A coalition of political heavyweights emerged, but it's already facing a serious test. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, is alleging that the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, is systematically weakening the opposition and nudging the country toward a one-party state. Is that really the case? What does the future hold for the ADC and other opposition parties as the next election approaches? Will they be on the ballot? Some members of the ADC are confident that the party will stay on the ballot despite its current challenges. Today, on the Micon Podcast, we turn to a lawyer, a seasoned politician. He's also one of the most outspoken voices in Nigeria's opposition. Make no mistake, he's being on both sides of the divide. Senator Dino Melaye, who represented Kogi West from 2015 to 2019, now a member of the ADC. He joins me now on the Micon Podcast. And the mic is on. Let's get straight to it. Senator Dino Melaye, thank you so much for coming on the Micon Podcast.
The pleasure is always mine. Good evening, Seun.
How are you today?
Very well. To God be the glory.
Has it been in opposition for a while now?
Yeah, honestly, we're enjoying it because what is happening in this country, we've never seen it before.
What do you mean?
The magnitude and intensity of perfidy, of maladministration, of corruption. Are you talking of ineptitudeness? Are you talking of nonchalant, insensitive attitude of leadership? This is the first time in the history of our country that we're in 2026 and we're still implementing the budget of 2024. It has never happened before. And I can tell you without blinking that even the 2024 budget is not been implemented up to 50% as I speak. 2025 is zero. We've never seen anything like that before. Seun, we have a leadership that doesn't care. We have a leadership that is not perturbed, that is not disturbed, is not concerned. No empathy, no sympathy for innocent Nigerian citizens. This is the first time we're having a president who will visit people that are bereaved, people that are mourning in their state and ask them to take a bus to drive 40 minutes to catch up with him in the airport. And when these pained Nigerians came to the airport in Plateau, the president told them that I have just 10 minutes to spend with you because I have an engagement, Easter engagement in Lagos. And you know that you don't have light. I'm quoting the president. These are people mourning who have lost their loved ones. You are meeting them at the airport. You have to transport them in buses, 40 minutes drive to bring them to the airport. I've never seen that before. Meanwhile, over 300 people were in the hospital, suffering various degrees of injuries. But this president that reacted as if he has kerosene flowing through his veins and not blood, is not perturbed, is not disturbed. This is the first time, Seun, that the president will take our second highest national honors, exclusively reserved only for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the GCON, put it in a briefcase, and then fly it to Paris to decorate his Lebanese friend. This is the first time it's happening, Seun. This is the first time that since Tafawa Balewa, since Aguiyi Ironsi, since Azikiwe, down the line to Muhammadu Buhari, all our presidents, head of states, use Mercedes-Benz S-Class as their official car. This is the first time a president is coming and is using a beast, the same type being used by the American president, costing over 8-9 times what the S-Class should have. This is the first time it's happening.
I mean, you're talking about...
This is the first time.
You're talking about a government and a political party that you helped to bring into power.
Yes. Once I was blind, now I can see.
You are talking about one person that you used to be you were very close to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
My brother, husband and wife get married, celebrate a funfair marriage, well attended, spend millions on wedding day. And shortly after, one of them will discover that I married the wrong person. And what will he or she do is to walk out of that relationship. I was operating in a satanic milieu. I was operating in a dangerous environment. And I had to leave. I had to change. Just like Saul on his way to Damascus became Paul. I was Saul, Sheung. And I saw the light.
When you were in APC?
Yes.
You were the master of ceremony. You were the one heralding all the major events of the APC.
My brother,
you spoke Hausa, you spoke Yoruba, you spoke English language.
My brother,
you tried to convince and package the APC.
I'm happy you are a Christian. Saul persecuted the church. On his way to Damascus, he saw the light and became Paul. I am now Paul. You are talking of Saul. That was an evil company I was keeping.
That was Saul, Dino, Melaye. But
yes,
now this is Paul,
Dino Melaye. Because I have seen the lights. I was operating in an evil company. And that is why I'm telling you that no Nigerian today, except those who have sold their conscience to the devil, except those who are eating with the devil, will not complain about the class of leadership we have in this country. Sheung, people are eating now from the garbage.
You saw someone eating from the garbage?
A lot of people. Every evening here, I see how Nigerians come, open your garbage basket in front of your house, scramping for whatever is edible or useful to them. Today Nigeria is recording the highest percentage of people with ulcer as a result of malnutrition and hunger.
From which statistics is that?
It's all over the place. I can send you the link. After this program, please, I will send you the link. And I am telling you that it's worse than that. In 8 years, with subsidy, Buhari borrowed 87 trillion with subsidy. In 3 years, without subsidy, Tinubu borrowed 151 trillion. That's before the last borrowing. If you add the last borrowing, we are going to close to 160 trillion. My brother, in 3 years, endangering generations yet unborn. My brother, this is the first time in the history of the world that any president will sit down, have a meeting with the Council of State, and grant pardon to criminals, to murderers, to drug barons. It has never happened anywhere in the world, only in Nigeria. My brother, this is the first time that a president will provide solar only for the villa, costing 10 billion naira, while every other Nigerian is living in darkness. This is the first time. It has not happened before. And that is telling you that we are hopeless as regards power, generation, distribution in this country. If your president have resorted, understand, to solar power energy for the villa, that means he has no faith in our hydro power supply again. He has no faith in the national grid. In January alone, the national grid crashed 3 times. Just yesterday, Sheung, I listened to the president. See what Tinubu said. Tinubu was prompting the judiciary.
About what?
No courts, as at today, no court in Nigeria have said our convention is illegal. No court have said so. But Tinubu prompting the courts and sending a body language to the courts said that we are disobeying court orders and going ahead with the convention. What do you think is happening?
Were you disobeying court orders?
You are an investigative journalist.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is that
You are an investigative journalist.
there is a court order which says that status quo ante bellum
Yes.
should be maintained.
And that has been interpreted.
Yeah.
And status quo ante bellum means that David Mark should continue as chairman.
But when the court say maintain status quo ante bellum,
Yes.
he's almost telling you that do nothing
until
I determine this matter.
He said maintain. See, there's a difference between status quo and status quo ante bellum.
Mm-hmm.
It means the situation before the war.
Mm-hmm.
The situation before forget the Latin jargon.
Yeah.
It simply means the situation before the hostilities.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the situation before the hostility? Nephew attended our NEC meeting on the 29th of July, 2027, where the leadership of David Mark, Aregbesola, and others was ratified. 29th of July. And in August, we communicated that NEC meeting to INEC. And INEC, we have a certified true copy of that communication from to INEC. And I also want to announce to you that INEC was present in that NEC meeting. They monitored that NEC meeting of July 29th. The nephew went to court on the 2nd of September 2027. So, going to court on the 2nd of September 2027. Meanwhile, the leadership of David Mark was ratified by the NEC, the highest organ of the party, on the 29th of July. So if the court is saying maintain status quo ante bellum, what they are telling you simply is what the situation was before September 2nd, that nephew went to court. And what was the situation before September 2nd? David Mark was the chairman.
But there are those who will say the rest in this matter and the subject matter of this whole case is that the transition from Ralph Nwosu led ADC,
my brother,
to Senator David.
Status quo is not date.
Just for a moment,
Status quo is not date.
Before
status
the hostility.
Quo is situational.
Yeah.
When they say status quo, they're not talking of dates.
But what is in contention here? The leadership of the party. Nafi Bala is saying that once Ralph stepped down, he's naturally supposed to be the
Let me educate us more. Nafi resigned from our party on the 17th of May, 2027 and 26. He resigned in May. What happened to him between May and September? Was he sleeping?
Maybe it was a Saul and he's now a Paul.
No. What happened to
Maybe
him
he's now seeing the
between
light.
May and September? Of course, he commercialized his conscience. He got induced by the ruling party.
But there's no way you can be able to verify that. Are you able to verify that?
My brother, when we're in court, and we will prove that. We will prove that.
That it was being sponsored by the APC.
I said we will prove that 100%.
That Nafi is being sponsored by the APC.
I said we will prove that.
But how do you want to navigate this? Because in the middle of this is also the timeline for you to be able to conduct your activities ahead of the presidential primaries.
Sure, Nigeria belongs to all of us. Those who make peaceful change impossible make violent change inevitable.
Are you talking about violence?
APC is a violent party, not ADC. We have no history of violence, and we will not be violent. But we are going to assert our rights. We are going to prove to Tinubu and the APC that government is not owned by those in government. Government is owned by the people. And the ultimate power of government is the people.
But the president has said that you and your group are lawless. You're acting illegally. That you're not following the position of the court.
Because he is a totalitarian. Tinubu is a totalitarian. That is why he's taking over the responsibilities of the judiciary. It's not a court of law to declare who is illegal or who is not legal, who is...
Is it right for you to have conducted that national convention?
Very well so. Because we are obeying the court order.
Because there are those...
We are obeying the court order that says status quo should be maintained.
There are lawyers who say, look, you might be contravening
We have not contravened any court order because, my brother, there is something in law called consequential order. There was no consequential order asking us not to conduct our congresses that is already ongoing. All the processes, like the 21-day mandatory notice to INEC has been done. All the registers of the party submitted to INEC. So even before the judgment, the processes for our conventions, for our congresses was already rolling. We have even submitted the names of the chairmen of all the committees and subcommittees of the convention to INEC. And we have certified true copies of all these. And the only place where INEC have no power to approve congresses or convention. They only monitor. The only mandatory provision that is prerequisite is the 21 days notice to INEC, stating the venue and dates, and also submitting of register to INEC. And we complied with that 100%. 100%.
So you're not worried that INEC was not present at your convention?
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, INEC contravened the law by not attending the convention. Because what the law says is that having fulfilled these conditions of 21 days notice, INEC shall, the word there is shall, having fulfilled the prerequisite conditions, 21 days notice, submission of register, stating venue and date, INEC shall monitor. So it is INEC now that have contravened the law by not monitoring. But there's no law that says it's the congresses or the convention is invalidated because INEC did not attend. Nigerians and Nigeria cannot tolerate Tinubu again. He is the most intolerant president the world has ever produced.
Mike On Podcast on Instagram at the Mike On Podcast.
Is this administration performing better? Are the streets safer? Is life of ordinary Nigerians getting better? Are promises being fulfilled? OpeNiger.ng is giving the people the power to answer. A platform where Nigerians can see, like, comment on any development project in their area. Visit us at www.openiger.ng. Follow us on TikTok and Facebook at openiger.ng.
Follow Mike On Podcast on Facebook at the Mike On Podcast.
Senator, let me ask you. And you know that in politics, you have been in court several times in your political journey. And you've seen a lot of things. There are sometimes it comes in your favor. Some other times it doesn't.
Very well so.
What if this old legal tussle doesn't come in your favor? What happens?
My brother, I want to tell you that we have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and even a plan E. But that is not for this discussion. But I want to tell you that we will not be out.
Should that vehicle...
We will not be out, and Tinubu is leaving May 29th, 2027, including his relations in the boys' quarters of the villa. They will leave on the 29th of May by the special grace of the Almighty God.
How do you want
We
to
cannot, Nigerians and Nigeria cannot tolerate Tinubu again. He is the most intolerant president the world has ever produced.
But how...
He's the most intolerant, and if you want to know why, I can tell you.
Yeah, why so?
He, as a governor, he had 3 deputy governors. during his time.
So that makes him intolerant.
Very intolerant. Even as president now, in 2 years, in 2 years, he has produced 3 national chairmen of APC. When he came in before he got in as president, Abdoulaye Adamu midwifed his election into victory. Few weeks after he became president, he removed Abdoulaye Adamu as national chairman. Ganduje heard the announcement of his removal on TV. This is the 3rd national chairman in 2 years. How intolerant can you be? In the history of this country, he's the only one who had 3 deputy governors in his term as governor of Lagos State. That is not the kind of president we're looking for.
So that is your own gauge of making, saying that he's intolerant.
What?
That's your own standard.
Maybe I should speak it in your dialect, in
Because
Yoruba, so that you will tell me whether that means tolerance or intolerance.
That those who will say, politically speaking, is a strategist.
Strategies by working with 3 deputy governors, by working with 3 national chairmen. That's strategy.
But you have been in different political parties. Does it make you
That is
intolerant?
not an office.
But
A deputy governor has immunity. A deputy governor is a co-traveler. You were not elected alone. You were elected together.
But how?
And even a national chairman have a term. Have a term to use.
If you say
none of them use even half of the term.
If you say that
by law allocated to them.
If you say he's politically intolerant, how does it reduce his capacity of being a leader and a president?
My brother, leadership comes with responsibility. And there are moral criteria. There are moral indices. There are moral yardsticks that a president must attain. A president must be presidential. A president must be upright. A president must be tolerant. A president must be responsible. A president must be caring. This president is not caring. This president he doesn't give a damn.
Because
this is the first time, Sheung, I'm just counting the atrocities, the sins of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. This is the first time I will hear it anywhere in the world that a 5% of a project is being commissioned with fanfare.
Which is
even in Irakwiji, where the president comes from in Osun State, 5% is F9.
What project is this?
The Lagos Calabar coastal road, allocated to his friend for $13 billion. We want to see where the due process, who competed for that contract. What was the due process involved? How did Shagoris got that? When he was governor, they got a hotel. Through him in Lagos, they got Eco Atlantic. Just 2 weeks ago, they gave them again Snake Island. The same Chagori is the one who went to Paris to go and decorate with our 2nd highest national honors. So democracy in Nigeria today is government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu by Seyi Tinubu for the Chagoris.
Why is Seyi Tinubu in this matter?
My brother, you are in Nigeria, except maybe for some reasons you are trying to be a journalist. You live in this country.
Is Seyi Tinubu running this government?
You live in this country. Even our respected Wole Soyinka complained about him. Even if you have not seen anything, at least you've seen the city boys. And you've seen what they are doing. And you have seen his own demonstration.
Is there a crime committed there?
My brother, he is not an elected official in this country. Being received in the airport with protocol. Have soldiers, DSS, and police people following up now. That is not the country we are. Even in the military, it didn't happen. My brother, I am telling you
so
that.
If you become president today, your son should go into oblivion? Or what? What are you saying in
my son will be responsible.
How do you
My son will not interfere with governance. My son will not summon DGs of parastatals and agencies of government and ministers. My son will not be a rallying point because he has no office. If he wants to run office, he should go and conduct election. But brother, we are in a precarious situation. You may not, in fact, people are dying.
But Senator.
As from June, as from June, the gator of your trouser will not be as smooth as it is when they start the implementation of the new tax regime.
It has started.
As I'm speaking with you.
The implementation started in January.
No, in June, the proper tax will start. The proper one will start in June. As I'm speaking with you now, you know what the price of goods and commodities they are saying. This new tax regime now have introduced 30% tax, VAT, on importation of spare parts of aviation in the aviation industry. All spare parts, including engine of aeroplanes, will attract 30%. What do you think will happen? It will affect, definitely, it will have a negative concomitant effect on the prices of tickets. How long can we endure a Tinubu government?
Well, Senator, tell me, the government of the day has reeled out a lot of activities and policies that are being made by this government. And the bottom line is that there are a lot of policies that they say, look, a lot of Nigerians will feel the pinch, but at the end of the day, down the road, it will start bringing yielding some result. And we cannot continue to kick the can down the road.
My brother.
Just a moment. I mean, how do you describe us entering into an economic quagmire and you do not want us to face some hardship until we see the policy that is yielding result?
Not when you have a driver that is behaving like a drunken driver or is a drunk.
Is this how you describe the APC government?
Definitely.
You don't think that
In fact,
the economic policy of this government
Nigeria is like
is
a
in the right
car
direction?
without steering.
Is that fair to say?
Nothing can come out of nothing. You can only give what you have.
Can you say that in all of the indices of the economy and even some of the positive commentary of institutions like the IMF?
There is no positive commentary anywhere. We have nosedive in many of our assessments. Many. This government is clueless.
But the graph, economically speaking, is taking some positive turn.
There's no positive term. We are getting more money. We are borrowing more money. And there is nothing to show for it on ground.
But state governors will disagree with you.
And contractors
state governors will tell you,
will bully you if you tell them that things are working. As I'm speaking with you, no contractor, no federal government contractor in 2024 have gotten his payment. Not to talk of 2025. There's nothing to show for it. You are aware a minister appeared before the National Assembly and told the National Assembly that he has not implemented even 1 million naira capital projects. We have never descended this low. It has never happened, Shehu.
If you look at what is wrong with your party, the ADC, and there are those who fear that the party is in total crisis and it's not well managed. For example, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, says the ADC should stop blaming others and focus on the internal failure. Is that a fair criticism? And would you say, for a moment, the man is actually asking you to do the right thing? Would you have to blame yourself, at least for a little tiny thing that you did wrong?
Coming from a man whose one leg is in River Niger, the other one is in River Benue, I cannot, there's no point reacting to that. Because it's an instrument in the hands of APC to destroy the political parties in this country. We are aware that they've succeeded with PDP, they've succeeded with SDP, they've succeeded with Labour, but we will not allow them to do same to ADC. It will not happen, Shehu.
They say you've shot yourself in the foot. That the present crisis of the ADC is a crisis caused by the ADC members.
Anybody who's...
And members of the ADC called the leadership of Senator David Mark as hijackers. That you have come to the party to hijack it.
My brother, whoever is saying that is myopic, is porous, is parochial, is intellectually stagnant, is suffering from arthritis of the brain. When we started this party, they told us that Atiku, Obi, Amechi, how will they come together? That they will never come together. My brother, lo and behold, they came together. Even recently, they said, no, Kwankwaso cannot join them. How can Is Kwankwaso not with us now? When we started, they said, we give them 6 months. They will disappear. My brother, we just had a colorful, celebrated convention. And that is how they will continue to postulate and we will continue to succeed.
Wike said that your party and the opposition figure has no space.
Please, if you don't
in
mind,
an election.
if you don't mind, can you?
What does that tell you?
Can we?
Do you think that the ADC will be on the ballot?
Can we be serious?
Do you
please?
think you have a place in this election, the ADC?
My brother, we will not
There's a
only
chance
be
in the
on the
world.
ballots. ADC is producing the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the grace of the Almighty God. And it is everywhere. Let me tell you, the governors and the ministers are deceiving Tinubu.
Really?
And Tinubu knows.
Make it a date with Shun Okinbaloy on Mike On Podcast every Saturday at 7 p.m. as he x-rays issues beyond the regular and dives deeper to depths that allow him bring you answers to questions on your mind. In this podcast room, everything points to accountability, and you are the boss. No one understands how to hold public figures to account like Shun Okinbaloy. Catch Mike On Podcast live this Saturday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Instagram, and X.
Is this administration performing better? Are the streets safer? Is life of ordinary Nigerians getting better? Are promises being fulfilled? HopeNiger.ng is giving the people the power to answer. A platform where Nigerians can see, like, comment on any development project in their area. Visit us at www.openiger.ng. Follow us on TikTok and Facebook at openiger.ng.
Follow Mike On Podcast on Facebook at the Mike On Podcast.
To come to look at it, how do you hope, and I mean, you've run several elections, how does the ADC hope to defeat the Bola Tinubu structure, political structure? And you see the litany and the long list of governors.
I love you so much.
And the APC.
I love you so much, I would not want you to take the risk. If not, I would have just asked you. The answer to my question is brand a car with Bola Tinubu's picture on it. Brand the entire car and drive it from Abuja to Kano. Or drive it from Abuja to Jigawa. It will answer your question.
What does that mean?
The disenchantment, the disillusionment against the APC today. My brother, the crowd you saw at ADC convention were not mobilized.
That was a very small.
On my
that
honor.
that was a very small venue.
No, don't talk about the venue. Go outside the venue. Thank God channels covered it. Even outside the venue, down to the road, go and check. I've been a member, I've attended conventions of the PDP, I've attended conventions of the APC. Those are mobilized crowd by governors and states. Not one person on my honor, I am telling you, was mobilized for the convention. Everybody came on their own volition. That is to tell you that Nigerians are tired of APC. Nigerians are tired of the lies of APC, and we cannot take it alone.
Yet you
Tinubu is not interested in election. He doesn't want election, and that is why he wants a one-party system. He wants a one-party state. He doesn't want to conduct election. He wants to be coronated. He wants to be coronated as Kabiesi, as Emir, as Igwe. And Nigeria is not a monarchical system of government. It will not happen. He's announcing that they want to scare him. He's not scared. Even announcing that shows that he's scared. For even saying that shows that he's scared. And we are going to scare him more. And we are going to watch his back run like a child.
how do you want to do that?
When we get to the bridge,
This is
we'll
a
cross
man that
it.
has never lost an election.
My brother, he will lose this one.
How?
Because we have never also in Nigeria seen a president like him. We have never seen a disaster like this before.
Yeah, but if you hear what the president said here, and if the president could say that when he had little chance for the primary he won. At the election, when it was tough, he won. And he was making inference that, is it now that he's a president and has about 31 state governors, is it that time that he's going to lose an election?
That is
You heard him.
That's a myopic statement from somebody who does not know that there is a God in the affairs of men. He was talking like a totalitarian that he is. He was talking like a demigod that he thinks he is. But I'm announcing to him that there is a God in the affairs of men. He was speaking proudly, sarcastically, and he was not even thinking. Even to add by the grace of God, he did not. He was talking like Eledumare. He was talking like Chineke. He was talking as if he's the Almighty Allah. My brother, there is a God in the affairs of man.
Some analysts have called this election. Some analysts have called this election. They said it's a walkover.
Please listen to this.
Yeah.
Sani Abacha was endorsed by all the 5 political parties. There was no contest. He was cruising into the presidency. All the 5 political parties endorsed him. Those are the political parties that late Bola Ige, the sage, described as 5 fingers of a leprous hand. But when God wanted to prove that he is God, he just picked his phone and said, Sani, I want to see you. And when God calls you, my brother, there's no network failure. You must answer. So, you cannot be speaking like the Almighty God when this was not that. But I want to announce to him, before, people trusted him because they have not seen him in power before. But now that they have seen him, he thinks he can come up now. Okay, go and sell Muslim tickets in the north now and see the kind of stones that will descend on your head. The Muslim ticket that was sold before, go and sell it now. People did not know him and they've not seen him as president. Now they have seen him. My brother, we have never seen what we are seeing today in Nigeria. And it is everywhere. Let me tell you, the governors and the ministers are deceiving Tinubu.
Really?
And Tinubu knows. He knows. That is why he doesn't want election. That is why he wants coronation. If he is so comfortable with 33 governors, with 85% of the National Assembly, he will be drinking juice in his house, and he will not be perturbed about ADC. He will not be disturbed about any political party. He will just, but he is disturbed. That is why he's after ADC.
Such a political strategist, do you think he will watch you people
political
run him out of town?
So, is he the firstborn of the Almighty God? What strategies? You arrogate so much. My brother, all tyrants in the world, when confronted, are cowards. Forget the bravado. Forget the boju-boju. All nagbenge.
Let me ask you, why do you and your colleagues, and you were at the National Convention, I saw you there, and you were very vehement on how you think that the government of the day and the APC and the minister of the FCT did not want you to have a national convention. And they say the due process was not done by you and your party.
My brother, before Wike came to Abuja, we've been using Eagle Square and we've been using the Velodrome. Before he came to Abuja as minister, we have been using that place. I've been a member of all PDP conventions. I've been a member and even the MC of APC conventions. And I've been chairman of the Senate committee in charge of the Federal Capital Territory. The Federal Capital doesn't have a House of Assembly. We are the House of Assembly of the Federal Capital, and I was the chairman. So it is not Wike that will tell me due process on how to apply for Eagle Square.
Did you follow the due process?
I'm educating you that it's not Wike that would educate me, who was chairman of the Federal Capital Territory.
But if you say that you wanted,
and I'm telling you
I'm
telling you that we applied properly for both the Velodrome and for you to know that we so did Rainbow Event Center is not a government place. It's a private business. We went there, we paid, and we had a contract, a duly signed contract with Rainbow. And they gave us the place. And when we were setting up at about 11:30, Governor Tambuwal, Governor Lee Elimoke, and others, the manager came suddenly and said there's order from above that they have to leave, that they cannot use the place again. That was when we were all called and we all mobilized ourselves. And at the time we got there, they already locked the gate and chained the gates. But we were resolute that even if they like, let them come with the 1st Mechanized Division that night. We entered the place through other means.
So you forced your way
Our ancestors took us in
that place. So you entered that place by spiritual means.
Our ancestors took us in.
I didn't know you are that spiritually powerful.
We entered, and in darkness, we were walking. Let me tell you, they cut off power and water and everything from that place. What we used for the convention was our own generator that we brought. NEPA even cut off lights up to the moment, the last second we spent there. There was no light.
So there was
a
a deliberate attempt to sniff you out of that place.
Definitely, yes.
And you are attributing it to the minister of the FCT?
I'm attributing it to the APC government.
To what end? Why would they not want you to have a national
Because they want
convention?
to be coronated. Don't you understand? This is deliberate act. The man is afraid of election. He knows that his days in the villa, they are numbered. See what he did yesterday. Out of fear, he said him and Buhari are now the same thing. Indirectly sending an appeal to the North and to the pro-Buhari group that Egbamio. So suddenly, Tinubu from Irakwiji and Muhammadu Buhari from Daura, they are one and the same. Egbami. Nigerians are not fools. That was a deliberate statement, sending a message of appeal, sending a message of attraction to the North and to the pro-Buhari group. Meanwhile, all the Buhari people, the ones you are not jailing, you are sending to prison, the one you are not sending to prison, you are harassing. And suddenly, you and Buhari, you are the same. And Malami was a Buhari minister. El-Rufai is a Buhari person.
Senator.
And now, you and that Buhari, he said they are even the same.
Now,
that he's a continuation of, is a reincarnation of Buhari.
Senator Melaye,
At Iroje.
yeah, you've moved from the PDP to APC and now the ADC. Why should voters trust that this isn't just about political convenience? You and Wike were once in the same political space under the PDP. Do the tensions we're seeing now reflect unresolved internal battles spilling into new platforms like the ADC?
I have spoken earlier, and I explained to you in critical terms that people live by conviction and people live by beliefs. Thirdly, people live by intuition. That's why Christians become Muslims. That's why Muslims become Christians. That's why marriages break down. That's why marriages are upheld. That's why friendship break down. For example, every year I do a friend audit. Friends who are saboteurs, who are parasitic, who had no value, I cut off. And I embrace those who are productive, who will add value. So it is not a crime that even in the church of God, go and see, go and read. Go and read the book of Joel chapter 2. The book of Job, chapter 2 verse 1. The children of God gathered, and amidst them is the devil. Even among 12 of Jesus Christ, there was a Judas. And what the Bible told me, it said, flee all appearances of evil.
Is that your position about Wike?
That is my position about APC. And every member...
Wike is not APC. Wike said he's in the PDP.
Wike's DNA, not even he himself, his DNA is APC. Because you cannot be working in Central Bank and be collecting your salary in First Bank.
You were a vocal supporter of Atiku Abubakar when he contested under the PDP in 2023. And today you're both in the ADC pushing a new coalition. What exactly is different this time?
What is different is that we have Nigerians, credible Nigerians, who as a result of maladministration, as a result of the corruption we have seen, as a result of bad governance that we have never seen this magnitude before, are now saying, let's bury our personal and individual interests. Let us rescue this country. That is what Atiku is saying. That is what Peter Obi is saying. That is what Amechi is saying. That is what Kwankwaso is saying. That's what Dino Melaye is saying. That's what Tamboal is saying. That's what Donald Duke is saying. That's what Liel Imoke is saying. That is what every one of us, Ayatollah, that is what he's saying. Kashim Imam.
Can Nigerians trust what you are saying? Because they look at you in the past, some of you who have said this, and they say, what is different from what you have said in the past?
They will trust what we are saying because Nigeria has never been in the situation we are now. We have never been here.
Senator, there are those who say, look, if you must wrestle power the manner in which you want it, you must be able to strategize differently. You must have a parent that can actually win an election strategically as a politician.
My brother.
What parent do you think could work best?
Anybody among those interested in presidency in ADC will do 1 million times better than Tinubu. There can never be a worse president than Tinubu. There can never be.
So Dino would defeat Bola Tinubu?
Me?
Dino Melaye?
Let's go. Let's go on a free and fair election. Today,
Senator
Bola
Dino
Tinubu
Melaye
is the most unpopular politician in Nigeria.
So you can beat President Tinubu at the election?
Anokpa. Anobole.
What is that?
I will beat him flat.
In Kogi?
He will not even stand up.
In Kogi or in
the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You are that popular?
Let him allow a free and fair contest. And if he doesn't allow it, we will make him conduct our election. Because he doesn't want election. He wants to be Kabiesi. He wants to be Igwe. We will not allow that to happen in Nigeria. It will not happen.
What do you think about the Peter Obi Kwankwaso? Because there are those who say the ticket of the ADC should go to the south.
My brother, I am not interested in any joint ticket or not joint ticket. My own for now is that we must send Tinubu away. Whoever emerge from consensus or from a primary, I will support. And Atiku also made that statement yesterday. And I know that is also the belief of every other person who is interested in the presidency of this country. We are not desperate. We are only interested in rescuing this country.
You're not desperate, but you know that you need to be strategic.
My brother, we are strategic. And we are working on it. And what makes us different this time is what our national chairman said at the convention, that there will be party supremacy in ADC. My brother, we are going to bring back the semblance of what happened in the Second Republic. In the Second Republic, National Caucus of NPN holds in the party secretariats. Not like today that the National Caucus is holding in the villa. During the Second Republic, Shagari as president will sit on the low table. Akinloye as national chairman is on the high table. Anywhere you vote UPN then, you are sure of free education. Anywhere you vote NPN, you are sure of Shagari housing locus or locus housing. So that is the type of ideology and manifesto we are bringing back. And everybody elected on the platform of ADC will be answerable to the party. We run the program of the party. There will be discipline in the party, and the party will not allow elected members on their platform to behave the way they want. Today, the governor of Niger is APC. The governor of Kaduna is APC. The program of the governor of Niger is different from that of the governor of Kaduna. And there's no monitoring, there's no evaluation, there's nothing happening. That is what ADC is trying to correct.
In this association, Senator Melaye, and INEC has made its position known that your association is illegal. And your party as vehemently, or those who belong to your group, and say, INEC chairman must go, INEC has done the wrong thing. But in all of this, what lesson do you think your party has learned?
Before I respond to that question, I'm very happy that you're a lawyer. And you know very well, from your experience as a veteran journalist, celebrated, decorated journalist, with a degree in law, you know that INEC is not a court. And INEC have no power to pronounce anybody illegal or legal.
So INEC was wrong.
That is what I'm telling you. INEC have no powers to make pronouncements that this is legal or this is not legal. Because INEC is supposed to be a referee. What is happening in this now is like a match between Manchester United and Arsenal, and the referee is wearing Man U jersey. So I mean, how do you handle that?
You're saying INEC is compromised?
INEC goofed in misinterpreting the order of the court, in taking sides. INEC goofed. And INEC have no power to make orders.
What happens?
And Section 84 of the Evidence Act is very, very clear.
What happens if INEC
because that section already said that even the courts cannot interfere in the internal wranglings of political parties. Courts, not to talk of INEC.
But the Constitution empowers the court to interfere and settle all disputes that is brought before it.
But I'm telling you that today, our electoral processes are governed by the Electoral Act. And the Electoral Act was categorical. And not only that, it was backed up by a Supreme Court judgment that said that internal crisis of a party is to the party. Courts should not interfere.
Senator, what if INEC exclude you from the ballot? What would you do?
INEC have no powers to exclude us from the ballot.
What if that happens?
We will not allow it to happen because they have no powers to do so.
On the day of election, if you don't find
they have no powers to do so. It has happened before. Atiku was excluded. And because of Atiku, election was postponed. Presidential election in this country was postponed until his name was brought to the ballot. My brother, this time around, they will meet their Waterloo. We are not going to allow it. And I mean it with every vein in me. We will not allow it.
Senator, the test of an election is also an election sometimes. The bigger election is being tested by the smaller election. And I'd also say the FCT election is a test case.
It's not.
For whether or not ADC is actually on the ground.
It is not.
You don't think so?
It is not. And there was no election in the FCT.
There was a local council election conducted by INEC.
There was allocation of votes, not election. There was allocation of votes and not election. But in 2027, there will be election. I assure you there will be election.
And what will be the outcome of that election?
ADC will be in the villa.
APC.
Awuzu Bilal Mina Shaitan regime. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ o.
Senator, let me quickly ask you. Kogi East has produced 3 governors. Kogi Central has now produced 2, including the current governor, Usman Ododo. With the political influence of his predecessor, Yahya Bello, your very good friend, still strongly felt in that axis, why Kogi West, your own senatorial district, has historically struggled to translate its political presence into the governorship seat, despite producing influential figures and repeated attempts, including your own 2023 bid under the PDB. Given this balance of power across the 3 senatorial districts, what do you think the future truly holds for Kogi West in the governorship equation in Kogi State?
First, I will start by saying that it is abominable for you to call Yahya Bello my friend because darkness and light don't concur. We are on two parallel grounds.
So you are no longer friends?
I said he has never been my friend.
Or you were formerly in the same party?
Yeah, we were. We know each other, but he's not my friend. Because darkness and light don't concur. We don't operate together at all. I am light.
As a Christian, I thought maybe your difference is you are forgiven. The Bible teaches you, or you don't.
I have not told you here that I've forgiven or not forgiven him.
Have you forgiven him?
Let him seek forgiveness from God.
What about you?
Has he asked me for forgiveness?
Are you able to forgive him?
Let him ask.
But you are able to forgive?
I said, let him ask.
How do you pray every
It's only
day?
when it happens that I will know.
How do you pray when you have grudges against Gayabelo?
You must have celestial powers to read people's minds to know that I have grudges against him.
Do you have
grudges? Because I have
grudges?
not said so. But I just say we are not friends.
Did he offend you?
He offended the people of Ogun State, not me alone. He offended the people of Ogun State, and that is why he's under trial.
About the governorship and senator.
Yes, back to
Kogi
that.
West.
Back to that. It is only fair that they allow an Oku man or somebody from the West Senatorial District this time to be governor of Kogi State. Your calculation was wrong. Because when we in Kwara, Adamu Atta from the Central was the governor of Kwara State. The Central Senatorial District have 5 local governments. The West have 7 local governments, while the East have 9 local governments. This other flank have been governor between 16 and 17 years in the East. The Central, they've been governor now running to 12 years with Ododo. So it is only just, fair, and proper for somebody of the West Senatorial District to come as governor. And they cannot cow us. But when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Senator Paul Dino Melaye, thank you for coming on the Micon podcast.
Yeah, it's always a joy to be with you at all times.
Thank you so much,
And
Senator.
I promise you I will not attempt to shoot you through the TV.
Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Have a
your
great
time.
evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that's our conversation with Senator Dino Melaye. I'm sure that a lot has come in your mind and in your head about what has been discussed on the Micon podcast. But don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share. That way, when we have a new episode, you are easily alerted. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to be an active citizen. That way, you can own your government, own your country, and be sure that you are happy about what is running in your country. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. I'm Sean Melaye. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Mike On Podcast with Shayon Okimbaloy. Mike On Podcast for the independent mind.